You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of GHS-TV's award-winning talk show, Crosstalk. I'm your host, Reyna Katko, filling in for Rachel Christofferson. Each week in this time slot, we take a look at different issues, personalities, and events that affect you and our community. The concept of community centers, some say, dates back to the 1800s. It was a gathering place for meetings and celebrations. Today, the purpose of community centers vary, and the services they offer vary as well. On this episode, we will explore 3 centers in Shelby County, and while they may be different, they have the same goal, to bring their community together. Our first guest is Emily Heffley, Programming Director for the Germantown Performing Arts Center. Ms. Heffley, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
The American Music Series and Jazz Series, can you tell us how that specifically caters for the Memphis community?
Absolutely. We provide all different types of entertainment at the Performing Arts Center, and we have a great amount of jazz lovers in our area. So it's one of our biggest subscription series at GPAC. Also our American Music Series, which encompasses everything from bluegrass to rock to blues. Obviously, being in Memphis and the surrounding area is very, very popular.
Music is constantly evolving in the Memphis area. Can you tell us how GPAC is evolving with it?
Absolutely. GPAC has conversations with our community. We're always asking them, what do you want to see? What do you want us to bring to our center? And so we go out, we talk to people, we hear from them, and we want to know what they're enthusiastic about, whether that might be global music, might be dance, it might be theater, it might be children's programming. So we really want to know what they want and how we can better serve them.
How do you and your programming team decide which events to host at GPAC each season?
Well, you know, it's not really a formula. I actually am about to go to a conference in Indianapolis where I meet with other performing arts agents and artists, and I begin the conversation with them. And then I kind of keep a list throughout the year of what we think is going to work best for our center. We're already planning for our 1920 season next year, which happens to be our 25th anniversary. And we're super, super excited to kind of bring something really big to the table. We're going to really wow them next year.
Speaking of 25 years, how has GPAC itself changed over the years?
Well, we've definitely added more programming. When we began, we really didn't have a clear vision of different subscription series, and we've also grown the number of performances. So now we've kind of know what our audiences want, and we're adding in all these layers. We also have children's programming, we have smaller series programming in our studio, so we have much, much more than what we began with.
What are some of the essential partnerships that GPAC has developed with the local organizations?
Sure. Obviously, we have a relationship with the city of Germantown by providing us the building and all of our staff, but we also connect with local communities like the Madonna Learning Center, for instance, has their holiday concert at GPAC, and we are a great partner with them for that. We also partner with other local schools and organizations to present things at our facility.
What do those partnerships get out of partnering with GPAC?
Well, typically, we're hoping to have a common goal of bringing people together. Come see a performance. Sometimes it's cross-marketing. Sometimes it's actually going to their facility or our facility. But it's definitely both of us giving on each side and making the best possible outcome.
Aside from the performing arts, what does GPAC offer the community of Germantown?
Well, we offer a meeting space, so a lot of organizations like to have meetings at GPAC. We are also a rental space that we do for local high schools, and so those are kind of the 2 things other than performing arts, but performing arts is really our essential business.
What benefits does the community receive from GPAC?
Well, you know, if you're interested in learning more, if you're interested in engaging more with the community, if you just want to have a little fun and go out on a Friday night, we're a great spot to be. We have free parking. We're centrally located in the area. We have so many great things for kids, for families, all the way up to adults and seniors.
Can you talk about the GPAC Arts Education Fund and its value to the community?
Sure. In 2016, we started the fund, and this is a separate revenue stream that is geared just for education. So the funding goes to support ongoing projects, youth symphony scholarships and financial aid, and we also provide grants to local Germantown organizations and schools. So we are taking money and we're putting it back out in the community and do something great with it.
How can places like schools apply for this fund?
Applications are accepted in June, so our next round will be June of 2019, and so you can find all that information on our website, or you can contact me directly.
What programs does GPAC offer for people who are too shy to take leadership positions in the community?
That's a good question. We have a really cool program called Art Savvy, which is a free educational series, and people that are curious or inquisitive, maybe a little shy, can come and experience a film, a dance class, a writing workshop, art exhibits. This is a perfect opportunity for your shy person because it's very low pressure and it's free.
How has working with GPAC furthered your appreciation for the arts?
Well, I've always been a great lover of the arts. My background is in dance, and I danced my whole life. But this really has opened my eyes about different genres: jazz music, blues music, classical music, theater. It just gives me the appreciation of how I can transform other people's lives.
What opportunities are there for Memphians who want a free performance?
Sure. Well, we have a lot of free stuff that goes on before our performances. We have our cocktails and conversations. We have our Grove parties. A lot of these things are free, and we hire local musicians to come in. We have food trucks. So that's a great opportunity for someone to see something for free.
GPAC has many generous sponsors. How did you get those sponsors, such as First Tennessee and WKNO?
You know, it takes a relationship. We have a fabulous director of development and a fabulous executive director, and over time you create relationships with corporations like this, and it's really a win-win for both of us because they are contributing to a better community by donating their dollars.
What opportunities would not be available if these partnerships were not available?
Well, we wouldn't be able to bring in a lot of these artists because they're expensive to bring in. We're bringing them in all over the United States and even internationally. And selling tickets does not pay for them to come. We have to fundraise, and that's really a hard thing for us to do, but we do it pretty well.
Everyone's really excited about the Grove. What is it?
Sure, it's an outdoor amphitheater. It will seat approximately 1,000 to 1,200 people. It's going to be a great community gathering space. You're going to be able to see local music. You're going to be able to have food truck fun. You'll be able to take yoga classes. You might see our youth symphony out there playing. It's just going to be a great gathering space for all of us, outdoors, under the trees and the cool air. So we're really looking forward to it.
Well, that's all the time we have, but thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you.
To get more details on the Germantown Performing Arts Center, you can log on to gpacweb.com. We have to take a short break, but when we return, we will talk with a privately funded community center that has quickly become an integral part of the Memphis community. Please stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars. It's the 47th Annual Germantown Festival, September 8th and 9th at the Germantown Civic Club Complex. Enjoy the Mid-South's most exciting entertainment, family-friendly fun, and mouth-watering food all in the heart of old Germantown. With hundreds of craftsmen and vendors, you can start marking off your shopping list with great gift items for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any special day. The 2018 Germantown Festival, September 8th, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and September 9th from noon to 6 p.m. Live coverage of the Germantown Festival begins Sunday, September 9th at 2 p.m., only on GHS-TV.org.
Every day is different, you know? Every day is a new piece of music. It's a large program. We have 3 full choral ensembles, a women's chorus, chorale, which is about 55 students, and our chamber choir, which is about 18.
There have been lots of opportunities to audition, which have encouraged me to be more confident with myself and really put myself out there.
I really enjoyed my time being in choir, especially here at Germantown, because I feel like there's something special about this particular school.
I like them to walk into my room and feel as though they are free to experiment with sounds.
How beautiful can you make German? That's the challenge.
We always say that we're a school of excellence, and I feel that that really shows in performances, because we're all so focused in trying to reach our goals.
We're running a 24-hour broadcast television station like no other school has done.
It is student run, it's student produced, it is student written, and it's student directed.
Here's to another 35 more years.
Students here get immersed in lots of different types of shows so that when they go out into the real world or to college, if this is what they want to pursue, they are so prepared.
Those lessons have also affected me in the ways that I would never even imagine.
It has shown me to be different and to, not settle for mediocrity. When you're producing a show, you want your show to be the best one it can be. You want it to be, a show to remember, a show that you want to look back on and say, I did that.
Yes, I did do this. Did I believe that I could do this? No, but because of all the support that I gained, I know that I can actually get this done.
I know that the skills I've learned here is something I'm never going to forget, and same with the experiences here.
From all of us here at GHS-TV, have a great day.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. In 2013, the Salvation Army opened the Kroc Center in Midtown Memphis. The privately funded community center takes a proactive attitude to health, fitness, and well-being, bringing together members of all ages and races throughout the community. Joining us now to talk about the programs and events that support this mission is Katie Veach, Health Recreation Director for the Kroc Center. The Kroc Center is not unique to Memphis. It has over 27 locations across the country. Can you tell us about the philanthropist who started this and her connection to the Salvation Army?
Yeah, actually Joan Kroc, the wife of Ray Kroc, who started McDonald's, or founded McDonald's, donated, or actually opened a center in San Diego and loved how it went over. So she donated $1.6 billion in total to the Salvation Army to open up Kroc centers all across the country. And so, yeah, it's not unique to Memphis, but we're really lucky to have one.
How is Memphis carrying out the same vision that she had in San Diego?
Yeah, so every Kroc center actually looks different. Every footprint is different, and it meets the community where it is in arts, education, recreation, and worship. So every Kroc center does those things, but it looks different in every community that it's in. So it's really neat.
Before we go into the programs that you offer, can you give us a brief overview of what the members can experience?
Yeah, so a Kroc member can experience a ton of different things. First of all, we have our fitness classes. We have a fitness floor and over 100 fitness classes a week. So that's really common and popular. We also have a basketball court, indoor turf, indoor aquatic center, child watch, and a theater program and after-school program.
You mentioned child watch. Why is this important to have?
Yeah, so what's really awesome is we're about the family. And so from very young up to any age. And so we're really intentional about how we interact with the kids from 3 months up to 10, 12 can go into child watch. And what's really great is we do activities. We do fitness activities, art activities, and even Bible studies or things like that. And so we really invest in the children.
Can you talk about Stage Door Productions, what it is and why it's important?
Yeah, Stage Door Productions is amazing. They are a really special group. They put on theater productions about 5 or so a year, and they're with middle school and high school kids, and they are very high quality performances. What's really cool is they're pay what you can performances. So they have a recommended charge, but it's pay what you can. So anyone is welcome to view their productions.
And how did that come about?
Yeah, so what's really cool is we do arts and education at the Croc. And so we have this amazing theater. Not only do we do performances in there, but we also have church. And so just how can we maximize that space? The Performing Arts Center can seat up to 300 people. And so it's just utilizing it and being a good steward of the space as best as we can.
The Memphis Croc Center has a great swim program. Can you tell us why this is a huge asset?
Yeah, so in the area that we're in, there's not a ton of indoor pools. And so we offer swim team for people outside of schools. Doesn't matter what school you go to, you can be part of our swim team. We offer swim lessons. And not a ton of people in the Memphis community know how to swim. And so we offer swim lessons to any ages, kids or adults. What's really neat is we have a zero entry area, so it's really good at kind of acclimating people to be comfortable in the pool, and all the way down to a 10-foot depth. But the majority of the pool is about 3.5 foot, which is a really comfortable depth to be in regardless of your age.
The AutoZone Challenge Center, what is it and how did it get a major upgrade?
Yeah, so the AutoZone Challenge Center, it's a great space for all ages. If you walk into this space, you're going to experience community. On the first floor is a lot of times where we'll have Child Watch. And so it has a turf area, it has a 3-story climbing area, which is really fun and neat. If you go on the second floor, it's our after-school program. So at a middle school, a high school age, we'll kind of congregate there. And on the third floor, we recently put, or a couple of years ago, put more fitness equipment in that space. And so you'll see adults, you'll see spin classes, you'll see TRX classes. And so it's really great because at the bottom you have young and you go all the way up to adults. And so it's just a fun, high energy space to be in, and it looks really cool. You kind of feel like you walked into a video game, kind of.
The Croc Center offers a lot of jobs for people in the community. How does that go along with your mission statement?
Yeah, so it's great because we offer tons of different jobs. We have a big office space, and it's because the Salvation Army also keeps offices in our building. And so we really can just provide a lot of jobs for the area. What's really cool is they did a study recently on Croc Centers and how they affect the community. Not just community members, but also what jobs are they providing and what business are they bringing to the surrounding companies because you have people who work there. And so it's called a Halo study that they did. And it did prove that not only did the Croc Center kind of bring a lot to the surrounding businesses and homeowners, but also to the employees that work there. And so it's really great. We probably, in the summer, we have 150 employees there, and so it's a lot of fun.
What's your favorite part about working at the Croc Center?
The people. I love people. And it's really great that not only do we kind of, at the Croc, we're proactive with the family. So we teach health, we teach community, we teach family, but also I'm a part of the Salvation Army. And so it's very front lines, like meeting need where it is. And so it's really cool because I get to see people's lives change at the Croc Center, and not just individuals, but family units and coworkers. And so it's really rewarding.
We have to take a break, but thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thanks.
If you'd like to find out more information about the Croc Center, you can visit crocmemphis.org. We have to take another short break, but when we return, we will talk with a community center that has started to develop, strengthen, and transform. That's next. Stay with us.
Art is really an expression of the self. If you look at a piece of art, you can see the artist within it.
All just really depends on what I feel like doing at the time. I generally have different ideas every day.
I really
get excited when my students come up to me with unique ideas that I've not heard of.
You can't let everybody tell you who you are or what your art is or how to be what you want to be.
I really let the students go according to how they're progressing, and I try to give them as much as they're able to handle.
Well, I like drawing a lot, and I like painting, and I like being able to improve my skill and show people my art.
I try to get them to think creatively. I think that's one of the few things that we as teachers really need to try to push with our students.
I can't sing. I can't act either, but I can do art. So that's why I chose art.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. I'm Reyna Katko, in for Rachel Christopherson. In 2016, a new community center produced out of the heart of the Calvary Church opened its doors. Please welcome our next guest, Sarah Paul, the programming director of the Houston Levy Community Center. Ms. Paul, thank you for being here today.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks.
Can you tell us what the mission statement is of the Houston Levy Community Center?
Yes, our mission is to develop our young leaders, strengthen our families that will transform our neighborhoods. So really just hitting all aspects of our community to make it stronger and united.
And how has the community center evolved over time?
Throughout the time that we have, and it's been a very short time, we have just met the needs of our community, where they've said they needed what kind of programming, what kind of activities. We did in 2015 a community-wide survey, and we surveyed almost close to about 2,000 families and people, and we just always refer to that and refer to our families what they need and try to meet that.
As a product of the Calvary Church, how do you incorporate Christianity into your community center?
Christianity is always woven in all of our programs. For example, we have a wonderful youth basketball open court on weekends. So Saturdays and Sundays, we open our gym, and we have a wonderful athletic director, Billy Brown, who does devotion. So, and then also our coaches do devotional, and we pray, and we just want, everything we do is for him in our community center.
What collaborations are there between the Calvary Church and the community center?
Our church definitely comes out, and we do, they've tutored, they volunteer. We've had where we have different activities that go into the community and to help support it. And then we just actually created a movie. It's our second movie, and it's opening in October, and it's by Sony Pictures and Calvary Productions.
Can you tell us a little bit about this movie?
Yeah, the movie is called Indivisible, and it's about families in military, and we know how difficult that can be when one is overseas. And so the movie really focuses on how to keep your family, we're all about strengthening families, and so how to have that strong family life when somebody's gone, and it's actually based on a true story about how a chaplain was over there meeting the needs, the spiritual needs of his his group, and at home he was struggling because he was far away.
What specific activities are planned for families?
Wonderful. So we do family open courts on the weekends. We also are doing, we have like a before care, so families, can have a safe place for their children to go. We have our book clubs, and we have exercise classes, 4-H, and then we are actually coming up to our Rise and Grind youth leadership, which is for families because it's for our youth from middle school on up, to get them ready for college, to learn about living your purpose and preparing. But there is a piece for the parents, because as much as every youth needs to prepare for college, so do the parents need to help.
How do your Empower Nights help mentor people through difficult situations?
Well, we know that right now mental health and issues like that is really big in our community, in the world. And so with Empower Nights, it's addressing those issues in a safe, open format that people can come in and just get the help. They hear positiveness, hear the word of Christ, and really just be able to, lean on us, and we can lean on them and help them.
Who can join the Houston Levy Community Center?
The great thing about that is everybody and anybody. We actually don't have a membership. We are an open community center. We do programming. So on our website, on Facebook, all over, you'll see the different things that we do, and anybody can join in at any time. So starting next month, we'll have youth open court from Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 3:30 to 5:30, and anybody from any community, anywhere that's a teen, 13 to 17, can come in and play basketball.
You have grant writing workshops. That's not typical for most community centers. Why is it important for you?
So we believe at the community center that everybody is connected and that we want to support our community. And so many people do start their side businesses or other nonprofits just like we are. And so this grant writing workshop actually helps and teaches others to write grants to get their projects funded, because if our community is, if we have these businesses in our community, then our community will thrive.
What effect is the community center having on the community as a whole?
It's having a wonderful effect. We're having families that just come in, they feel like they're at home. We are starting to see, again, we had this, I'm going to go back to this because this is just a beautiful story. Sunday nights, adult men have came to play basketball. It's open court. They are now praying for each other. There's a devotion. They are asking for prayer requests. We've raised money for some of the families in need that come. So it's just we're becoming a family at the center.
How have you seen Cordova change since the opening of the community center?
It's just having a place to go. We always say that, when you grow up, there's always like, oh yeah, we always went to this place after school or before school, and just the parents feeling good about having their children to go to a place. And then we see, Cordova is isolated from a lot of things. So even with our seniors, having a place during the day to come out and exercise, meet and greet, and again, it's just becoming a family.
Well, that's all the time we have, but thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more about the Houston Levy Community Center, visit hlccmemphis.org. I would like to thank all of our guests for being on the show today. All of your programs and events are really making Memphis and the surrounding area an exciting place to live. Remember, Crosstalk can be seen each week at 9:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 a.m. and 12 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Sundays. For more information on our programming, please check us out on the web at GHS-TV.org, where we are streaming live 24 hours a day. You can also check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Reyna Katko from all of us at GHS-TV. Thank you for watching Crosstalk, and I hope to see you again.